What's up, you guys? Today we're going to be talking about what to expect when going from one child to two. To give you some backstory, if you're new here, my name's Juliet, and I have an almost 5-year-old little girl and a 9-month-old baby boy. So let's just dive right into it. I have some notes on my phone, so I'm going to be kind of like looking down at that. So that's what I'm doing, but let's just get into it. So number one is you won't have the time to do all the things that you had time to do with the first. And that's okay. I haven't written anything in my son's baby book. He's 9 months old. At first, I was giving myself a lot of mom guilt about that. But honestly, when I get a moment, I'll do that. I post little updates every month online about him. And that kind of keeps track of those little milestones, so I can just go back on that and place things in his baby book, and I'm just not going to worry about it, because honestly, what's the point in it? I usually take his monthly pictures late. I post his monthly pictures late, and that's just the way the life is. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to give myself mom guilt about it. I'm enjoying him, and that's all really that matters. I don't really have the time to sit and play and read with him all the time like I did with Luxie whenever there was just one, because I'm going to and from things for Luxie, taking care of things around the house. He's the second baby, and that's just how it is. It doesn't mean that I love him any less. I love him just the same, but I just don't have all of that time that I had with Luxie, and that's okay. Number two is nap time is not going to be the same as it was with your first. Nap time's going to be interrupted. Don't have mom guilt about it. It's life. The second baby will learn to sleep through the noise eventually. And sometimes they get their nap when you're running errands or taking your firstborn to other activities. So Luxie, I'm taking her back and forth to dance and things like that. And Link loves to nap in the car. It may be a 15-minute nap. He may get a 30-minute nap. Sometimes when she's at Mother's Day out, he'll get a good 2-hour nap. But it's just hit or miss. And as long as he's getting that sleep time in, he's good. And he's sleeping through the night pretty much. So I'm okay with that. You can nap whenever you want, dude. Just please sleep through the night. Number three is going to be controversial, but I'm just telling you what happened with me. Number three is you're going to feel like you're drowning. This isn't meant to be negative. If you don't have constant help, you're going to feel like you're failing everywhere. The house isn't going to be as clean as it used to be. You don't have time for self-care. Laundry's going to pile up. And you're going to forget to respond to texts from your friends. Don't be so hard on yourself. It gets better, slowly but surely. And those friends that are really your friends, they're going to understand. Hopefully they'll check in on you. And if they don't, it's okay. You're going to learn to roll with the punches. You're going to learn how to deal with it. It's hard, yes. And social media is going to make you think that you are going to get all of this help because these massive influencers, they have a nanny or they have family that they pay to help them and things like that. And if you don't have that, it's going to be all on you, babe. And that's okay. Personally, my husband, he is self-employed. So instead of working 9 to 5, he works 24/7. I mean, he is usually gone before I wake up in the morning, and he comes home after dinner time just about almost every night, and even on weekends. And that's really hard, but it's what works for our family. That's how he provides for our family. And we make it work by I'll go to the shop with the kids so that way he can see them and they can see him. And we do our best, and our family dynamic is different from most, but that's just kind of what works for us. It's really hard on me sometimes, but it's just a short season of life, and I'm getting used to it, and I'm crazy enough to want more. I love my kids, and I understand how little they are for just a little while, but yeah, that's just how it is. Number four is you're going to find yourself staring at your firstborn in complete awe. They aren't supposed to be this big yet. They should still be as small as their younger sibling. They're growing up so fast, and watching them become a big brother or big sister is the biggest blessing, and it will make all of the hard times worth it. Number five is your hormones are going to shift the same way as they did the first time. At least that's how it did for me. But this time, when your postpartum rage hits, you're going to snap at your firstborn a time or two. And that is very difficult. Apologize to them. Explain what you're going through as best as you can. And remember to tell them how much you love them. You're only human, and they're going to forgive you. And it is hard. Don't get me wrong. It is hard. I've snapped at Luxie more times than I should. because it's postpartum rage. Your hormones are just going everywhere, especially if you don't have help. Like, I was by myself at home after a C-section very, very fast with 2 children. And you're just having to learn to adapt to new life and also to this new body that you have and your hormone changes. And if there's nobody there to help you or catch you doing it, you're going to be the only one. So I feel like the most important thing to do, honestly, is just to apologize to them and hug them and tell them how much you love them as frequently as you can, because it's hard on everybody. Like I was saying before, it's worth it, but it is hard. Number 6 is to put your pride to the side. When you need help, ask for it. This is a hard topic for me to speak on at all, because I have a very hard time with it. I have a hard time trusting anyone with my children because Lexi has a peanut allergy, first of all, and my son spent a month in the ICU due to a completely random staph infection. So I feel like I have to be with my kids all the time. If you have somebody that you can trust, like your husband, mom, mother-in-law, sister, ask them for help whenever you need it. Being a mom is hard, and we all need a break sometimes. Now, that's really easier said than done for me to say, because like I said, I have a really hard time asking for help, and I still do. So I don't really know why I'm talking about that. But every once in a while, I will ask somebody to watch the kids so I can get a free moment, even if it's just for an hour. It's very helpful. And an hour can be like a week's vacation to a stay-at-home mom that has their kids all the time. Number 7 is think long and hard about your purchases. As a second-time mom, you'll know what's worth buying and what's not. Don't buy 10 bottles if you plan on breastfeeding. Don't buy a million newborn outfits, books, or toys. I have a video on my must-have newborn products as a second-time mom, so make sure to check that video out too. If you are pregnant or if you plan on having another one, that's super helpful. If you saved items from your firstborn, use what you have. Now, if it's been a while in between kids, like it was for me, my kids are 4 years apart, so some of the items needed to be upgraded, or they didn't fit our lifestyle anymore, or like my firstborn's a girl, my secondborn's a boy, things like that, then do what you need to do. Maybe you're better off financially than you were with your firstborn, and you want the baby products that make your life easier. Just be careful not to buy too many things, or you'll be swimming in a sea of TikTok must-haves. Plus all of the things that your firstborn has accumulated. And it does become a lot, trust me. And managing things is not something that you want to add on your to-do list. And I am definitely going to have to completely declutter my home and really get down to the nitty-gritty of what we use and don't use, because you can have a pretty big house, and once you start adding in all those newborn, baby, toddler, child things, your house is going to fill up real quick. Number 8, this is another hard one for me. Say no. Time is precious with a newborn, and you know that this time around. I did everything with my firstborn. On holidays, we'd go to 4 different places. That can be a lot on a mom and 2+ kids. Learn to prioritize people, places, and things. You can't be everywhere at once, and you don't have to be. If you don't feel comfortable, prioritize that time with your family. It may make some people upset, but you're not going to get this time back. Do you want to spend it packing bags, the car, doing everyone's hair, sweating, sitting in traffic, crying with a newborn, and stressing out when people are playing past the baby and your boobs are about to explode? No, thank you. Number 9, you will get to enjoy the newborn life a little more this time around. Things will come more naturally because you've done it before. You won't need to Google every single thing that happens. You won't think everything is the end of the world. You won't be as obsessed with your due date group posts or constantly asking, is this normal? It's really beautiful. With that being said, as a second-time mom, when my son was sick, I took him to Children's with the first symptoms because I knew it wasn't normal. Instead of worrying and Googling, you'll know and you'll trust that mom instinct. Number 10, you'll need to be extra patient with your firstborn. Just like how you learn to be a mom, they're learning to be a big sibling. They're going to mess up. They might not be as careful as they should. You should prepare them as much as you can before becoming a big brother or sister in every way that you can. I made a video about this also, and I will link both of them in the video description if you're interested in that. So those are all of my tips from going from 1 child to 2. I hope that that was helpful for you. It was definitely a big shift for me, and don't let any of the negative things in this video discourage you. I'm just trying to be upfront and honest about things that I wish that I knew, but also it's so beautiful and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Matter of fact, I would have 1,000,000 kids if I could. I would fill a whole minivan, I'd fill a whole transit, but you know, we're just working it with what we've got. And it is stressful for a little while, but I promise you it really is worth it. Now that Link is 9 months old, I'm starting to get myself back a little bit. I'm getting more time back, and life is becoming a lot more beautiful. Not that it wasn't before, because every piece of it is. I'm just trying to be realistic with you that it can be hard, and especially if you don't have like a bunch of people that come to your rescue and help you whenever you need it. And honestly, I really didn't. All of the people in my life, they're wonderful, but they're very busy. My mom has 2 other kids. She's got grandkids that are not my kids. And my mother-in-law, she owns a business and she's very busy too. But both of them help wherever they can, whenever they can. I can manage it. I can do it. It's just hard. So just letting you know that you're not alone in this. And congratulations if you are pregnant. It is beautiful, and all of those sibling moments are totally going to be worth it. But just know what you're getting yourself into, and it's going to be okay. But thank you so much for watching. If this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps support my channel, and leave a comment down below what your favorite tip was from this video. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easy.